Welcome back, everyone. As we are wrapping up Black History Month, we're going to continue our look at heroes right here in our community who are making a big impact. We are at Scott Park in Columbus with Rhonda Sanders, who was the first African-American female to be hired by the Columbus Police Department, who is now with the Sheriff's Department, to talk about her impact in the community and what this career in law enforcement has meant to her. Great to have you here, Rhonda.
Thank you for inviting me.
And we chose Scott Park because when you were an officer with the Columbus Police Department, this was one of the first places you opened up what you called resource centers, right?
Right. Our first substation, we had several in the community, but this was my baby. We started it just to put police officers in the community close to the public. If you needed something, you can walk over and just talk to us or call, or not be so pressured coming to the police station.
We're going to get to more of that in your connection with the community in a moment, but what is it that brought you to law enforcement? This is what, your 27th year. 27 years. How did you get into law enforcement?
Well, straight out of college, of course, Mom said, you got to find a job. So I decided I wanted to work with kids, and I decided not to try to be a teacher. So I went into corrections with juveniles, and I worked there. And two people that really encouraged me when after I saw police officers coming in and out was Gussie Ritchie and Mr. Lampkin. They were older people in the correction business, and they was like, you need to do it if you want to do it, and they pushed me, and we did it.
So becoming an officer at the time when you were hired, you were the first African-American female. Did it dawn on you at the time that this was a history-making thing that was going on, or this is me just trying to accomplish a goal?
No, at first I did not know, but I met the city councilman called Jackie Ball. And, the process was long. It took me about a year to get hired on. And they fought for me and Mayor Fannin. And I became a police officer. And they were the ones that, brought it to my attention that there had never been an African-American law enforcement woman.
Did you feel at the time, and do you still feel now as a black woman, that you have to work harder or do more to get the kind of respect that you think you should have?
Oh, law enforcement, period, being a female, you have to prove yourself. No matter what anybody tell you, you have to prove yourself on the streets, first of all, with the citizen and your coworkers. And I've learned to try to live my life as an example, to other people to look at. I set myself at a higher standards when you're in law enforcement, and I just try to, treat people the way I want to be treated.
One of the things that you've done throughout your career, and most people in Lowndes County and Columbus know about you, is that you have really this wonderful, very unique connection to the community. Where does that come from? Where did that start?
I can say that it started with my grandmother, Mary. My grandmother was a missionary. And I would see her and my mother and my Aunt Liza give. And, we didn't have much when we were young, but they would come out with these big boxes and would give on Sundays for church, and always came to help people when they were sick. And I guess when I was younger, I just picked up, this is what we're supposed to do.
Help people.
Yeah.
You've started a lot of efforts that people have followed over the years, the turkey giveaway, the meals, the bike drive, the toy drive, but one is really, really close to you.
Yes, the Benefit Committee. It's a nonprofit that I run along with other citizens here in Columbus. We have a program, it's called Bed for Kids. So many times I went into houses where I would see kids sleeping on a pallet, and for some reason, that just really touched me. So our mission is to get as many kids beds that we could. So we partnered with Ashley Furniture, and they help us get new beds for kids that the police officers go out on call, and if they identify and they see a kid that's sleeping on the floor, we get them a bed.
Talk about the look on the faces of the children and the parents when they see a brand new bed come in.
Yes, and a comforter and pillows. So we, Ashley, they really help us out a lot by doing that. But the thing is, we see the need with our own eyes. We go out on calls and we see these kids sleeping there. So, we're not just, you just can't pick up the phone and say, hey, I need a bed. We actually go out and we see the people with the need.
And you're not just a police officer, you're a mom of 3 children. And so for you to see children in a home with no bed touches you in a really different spot, huh?
Yes, it does. Actually, that is one thing that really kicked it off. I noticed one child on the floor, so I was going to give my boys beds to the young man. So I went into Ashley's, and when I went up to pay, the bill was zero.
Wow.
And he said, not only am I going to give you this bed to give to the child, I want to give you 100 beds. And I had 100 beds that he was going to order, that we can give out. And that's what really started.
And it's still going today.
It's still going. We've given over 500 beds out.
Well, you are a history maker. I mean, aside from the fact that you were the first African-American female officer for the police department, you are leaving your footprints really all over the county, and we want you to know that we appreciate it.
Thank you.
What is the thing that you want people to know about Rhonda Sanders? They see you all over the community. They see you, patrolling around. They see you involved in these philanthropic efforts. What is it that you want people to know about you?
I guess I want people to know that I love the Lord first, that I'm a great mother, a wonderful wife, and I'm a servant.
All right. Thank you so much, Rhonda. We appreciate you.
Thank you, friend.
All right. And we are friends.
Yes,
she is
we
my
are.
friend. We'll be right back. Stay with us.